Um, do all black men think the same? You know, all of these seem like
before we start this episode,
if I answer the question, I'll be cancelled.
we're gonna be having a.
Are you tired of seeing this guy intro every single Jubilee video?
What about situations versus one atheist?
Ooh, I like that. Or how about Republicans and Democrats? Perfect.
Are you tired of seeing the
Politics.
same episode ideas over and over again? Do you have a better idea for an episode that you're dying to see?
Meeting in 5 minutes.
Are you tired of always working? Do you need a vacation? Well, Jubilee is doing a sweepstakes where you can win the chance.
Oh, this
to
is a
hear an
promo!
intro on set for one of our.
Oh my god. To be fair, that was a good promo. I thought it was the episode.
3, 2, 1, go.
Wait, what was the question? Oh, am I expected to have a big dick? Strongly.
Nobody disagrees.
Nobody disagrees.
Yo, yeah, I feel like it's a stereotype, and we know that stereotypes aren't realistic, but
So far, I'm black.
personal encounters, I don't feel like there's leeway. I feel like, okay, that one we're keeping. Like that's what the
No,
general knows.
8-inch is like the lowest.
The issue of positive
Like it can only get bigger.
and how people need to realize that there is.
Speaking of bigger.
Because what you do is you put people into a box where they're expected to live up to a standard. And I feel like it's over sexualizing black men. You know, you should want to date someone more for the pleasure.
Toasty, you know,
I know I've talked to people personally who will be like, "Oh, you're."
that
lucky
seems
black
like something
people
you
are
wouldn't
big
you
number."
wouldn't find
Well,
out.
I have other things to offer too. Like, I'm well spoken. I have a good sense of humor. I'm well traveled.
Toasty, do you mean some Jamaican guy you saw on the
That's been
internet?
my experience. A lot of times, especially, meeting different people, that's the expectation. And I just tell them, 2-inch Punisher, Don't
I
expect too much.
refuse. That's what you mean, Toasty.
I think a lot of people watch a lot of porn too, and that's where it comes from. Like when you watch a lot of porn, you see, these mandingos and 10-inch monsters, and they expect that to be reality. And a lot of times it's not.
Reality
but that's
can
the
be whatever
expectation
I
that they
want it
have.
to be.
So,
So, our audience submit hot takes about this group
Hmm.
specifically, and they are hot. So, black men cheat on their significant others far more than other races.
Damn.
I'm just like, where is this study published? Did someone do some research where
I
they
don't-
calculated numbers over a given period of time? I
The
just
reason
don't-
why it was going to be neutral is because I don't know the numbers. Like, I don't
that's
know.
what I'm
I don't
saying.
know
That's
if
why I'm
that's
like,
true
I
or not.
don't.
Yeah.
I disagree.
Yeah. So I came this way because of the keyword far more. I was like, do black men cheat? In generally, like you're not apt to not cheat because of the color of your skin.
To prescribe this to race feels nefarious in a way
That guy kind of
I feel
spoke
like it's
facts,
coming
though.
from
Not
a
gonna lie.
place Of somebody that got cheated on by a black man. Like, it was like, yeah, black men cheat all the time. Come on, this doesn't even make sense.
Black men are attracted to big butts.
Is it do we
I thought he was about to say
or
nuts.
do I personally?
I mean, there's nothing biologically innate to like black men to like ass.
I think it ties into.
Yeah, but do you like ass? That was the question.
Right now. We
Oh,
are
no, that
so
wasn't the
far
question.
gone from like the natural aesthetics of just a natural person that right
But
now.
I feel
it's
like
all about
some of these
who has the
questions,
baddest ass.
like,
Who ass is 25
it's-
pounds with 2-pound legs. You know what I mean?
like,
that's hot for some reason. And
if you
I personally don't
like,
get it. I mean, it looks unnatural.
like, with these questions, are they like adding more so than other ethnicities at the end, or is it just black men are attracted to big butts? So is it black men are attracted to big butts, or is it black men are attracted to big butts more so than other ethnicity? Yeah, what? I didn't even.
to me, like, but I mean, a nice ass is just a nice ass. Though.
A nice ass is
Bro,
just a nice
black
ass,
people
though.
are funny, and if you ever try and roast one of them, they will roast your ass so hard that you'll have no roast to rebuttal.
I don't know how to digest that.
Black
I get
people
what
are
you're saying.
funny.
I think black people as a collective are funny.
If you go to Black
Mm.
Twitter, if you go to Black Instagram, Black Facebook, like you're going to laugh.
So I think that in that aspect, that's why like that statement has
Hey,
so much truth in it,
Aries.
because you just it's like
I guess
Sex
it's like
funny.
the question is like, black people as a whole, are they funny, or is like any black person gonna knock your ass off because he's
I
super
mean,
funny?
like,
I think that's just the difference.
I don't
Black people as a
I don't
whole,
see how
yeah,
like
they got
skin
jokes,
like
it goes back and forth. Cool.
no,
as a
But
collective.
don't think that any black
'Cause,
person you
like-
go to expect like a really good joke, you know?
The
because there
N-word
are
should stop
unfunny
being
black people
used
as well as there are
by
unfunny
all
other people.
races. 3,
God, I'm gonna shut up for this one. Oh no, don't want to leak my Twitter DM. Oh wait, never mind.
The
I
N-word,
missed.
when you look at the
I
root
thought
of the
it.
word,
I thought it was the
even
N-word
slaves would
should be
use it
used
to
by all
describe other
races.
black people
Yeah,
and
I like
accepting their
completely agree with this.
supposed
Like,
oppression. So I just
even
think
if
when I
like
think about
black people
that,
don't get offended if
I don't
other
think
people,
we can do
other black.
anything to erase
Why am I
the
talking about
history
this like I'm a
and
black
the
person?
blood that's been shed on that word. There are so many people who the last thing they heard
Why am I
was the
answering?
N-word
Why am I
as they were
answering
being
the
murdered.
question?
So I just, when I think about that, yes, I think the word should stop being used.
Personally, me, I feel like it kind of starts with us. The fact that we make it so cool within music and within like entertainment that it lets other people feel like they have a pass or that it's okay because my favorite rapper said it or I heard it here or you guys say it all the time. How come I can't say it? But at the end of the day, it's black culture pain, and if anyone's going to be using it, it should only be us, and that's it.
You can't really own a word. I think, you know, we can.
I think the
own
word
it in
should
the
go
sense
away.
Where it's a black cultural thing, but the idea where we kind of make it out to where we say like, oh, other
Yeah,
people can't say it.
I
that's
think
more
that
of
like
a
nobody at all should say it though. I feel like it's just a word that kind of needs to go away
being able to
because
hold power, because historically it's like,
the same for like
historically,
most
black
slurs.
people didn't have as much power, so
You
we're
know?
trying to hold on to literally a word that only has meaning because we add meaning to it.
I mean, respectfully, I ain't trying to hear that, right? Like, I feel like the only
Like,
reason it's
like
policed
it's
so
different
much
like the hard
is so
R
that
or
we
the
can
A.
have,
Like
this
the A.
debate or this debacle
The,
or whether we can use
I feel
it or
like
not is
the
because we're
like the
black
version they
people.
use is
And
the
I
A,
don't- I'm not one
and
of those
like
people that think everything is
people who get
racist
the
and all that,
pass
but
like
in
also
this
use the
specific
A.
instance,
But
right,
then there are people who always use the
several
ER,
instances,
and people group
in
both of those
many
words
instances,
together.
reclaim the
So I
word
feel like
bitch
both of
as a
them
term
should
of
just go.
endearment.
Both of these
There are,
nuts should just
in the
go in
90s,
your
there was
jaw.
heavier women reclaim the word fat, obviously respelling it and things like that. But I feel like in those instances, nobody bats an eye. Why is that understood? But
I used to play
this
Fortnite
is
with,
so
with like a bunch of black
confusing.
people,
I
and
don't know if
I'm not gonna say I
you
said a
know
few
where you
racial
are that
slurs,
person.
but
That word
I-
is one of
you-
the boundaries that I think we have respectfully and rightfully set up for ourselves.
you know.
I'm not trying to hear the like, if we use it, why can't we do that all the time with a bunch of different things? And I don't think this should be one of the areas where we're like,
You guys don't want to see my Fortnite account. I have the pink bear and the legendary skin that costs £20.
Inner communities where you know blacks and Asians, blacks and whites in hip hop culture, where there's like it's 5 group of friends and their black friends don't care. They're like, say it. Like
Yeah,
that
the way he
that
said.
happens. So it's like we're having this broad conversation. And you know, I know all of us aren't trying to be the spokespeople for black people, right? But it's like it's such a convoluted.
Bro, he got 10K from his mom and they just took it.
Topic where it's like the expectations aren't clear to people depending where you are. If you're on the East Coast, West Coast, like it's very unclear. That's what I think. I'm not arguing whether or not it's okay to say it or whether white people say it. I'm just saying if we don't want white people to say it, I think it needs to be very clear. And I think even in fact in this new age of our culture, I think we're seeing more people saying we don't want white people to say it.
Homophobia is a big issue in the black community. 3, 2.
We don't ask Toasty about homophobia. Oh damn! Damn! They all.
A lot of us
I
black
keep on
men
thinking that they're
would
asking
rather
them like personally if they're
refrain
homophobic
that,
or something.
you know,
I keep
probably
forgetting that
has rape attached to his name than the homie that's part of the LGBTQ plus
Like,
community. And I think that that's something that you know we got.
I don't know why, but every time they answer a question, I think that they're answering it personally and not like
understand the whole big.
I don't know.
Of okay,
homie over
decides to do
hoe.
in his free time or behind closed doors. Why does that bother you so much? Why does that affect you? Like, why do you feel like it's such like the scum of the earth?
And I also think it comes from religion, because I don't want to get too controversial with that, but people are very religious, especially in the black community. You know, Christians and you know, when you talk about the Bible, they say
You know, he just needs a little help. You know,
So,
he
a lot of people have that. ingrained in
he's
their mind.
gotten
This is
used to it
absolutely
on
not
his
right.
own, and
for a
he
lot of people too, they see
as long
it-
as you say no homo,
a
it's
man,
fine.
They want to see a manly man, and they associate that with being straight.
Heterosexual men have a fear that homosexual men will treat them how they treat women, if that makes sense. And so they're afraid of that treatment. And I'm on somewhat agree because I'm rather torn. I think I've lived a life where I'm around.
I was about to like
very
hard disagree with this guy,
people, so I'm not
but then I
sure
realized
how big of an issue it is in the
like
community. But I know
I
that in
wouldn't
the
really
Black
be that
church
bothered, so
sphere,
maybe that's
homosexuality
true.
is often made out to be the worst thing that you can be. There's almost nothing worse
Like,
than being gay.
no, because
and I think
it's
that's also
it's stupid
where
because whether it was true
homophobia
or
comes
not
from.
true, it wouldn't
We
make a
like to
difference.
ignore all the other sins,
Like,
all the other
so
things
like
that
I
the
don't,
Bible
I
outlines
think he's
that
just
are
chatting.
not, you know, holy, and then we just take homosexuality and we make it the worst. You know, granted, the Bible says it's an abomination.
Like
and
if
that, but
if someone told me to get back into the kitchen, I'd just tell them to pay me. Easy.
You can't be pro-black and date a white person.
Oh, shut up.
3, 2, 1.
Wait, what's pro-black? Bro, Wait,
I
this
think really the issue with this statement is, for me, if you are a stand-up person and you stand up on your morals and your character, it doesn't matter who you date. And I think a lot of the issue is a lot of people get into, you know,
Yeah, I don't-
interracial relationships, or they date white people.
I don't really
They forget who
get
they
like
are.
racism.
If you are pro-black,
Like,
it doesn't matter if you date a
what
black
caused it?
person, a white
Where
person,
did it
'cause
come
you can
from?
date a white woman and a
Because
black
like,
woman,
with like
and
homophobia
still
and
not
stuff,
even be for the cause.
like
I really think it's up to
it
the
came
person
from
if they stand on their
religion.
To a certain extent,
I
but
think.
personally, me, I feel like if you're pro-black, you're pro-black for everything.
But-
Like you're for the advancement of the race, you're for business.
But actually,
everything black. So it's kind of hard for me to
So actually,
understand how someone can be pro-black and want so much for the
You-
black culture and the black race.
in
and
like
then
Greek culture, which is where like
they're in
most
a
of our
relationship with
culture
someone
comes
that doesn't
from,
represent
being
that, you know?
being gay was like super manly, and it was like what little boys would aspire to be. They were like, I want to have sex with other soldiers when I grow up.
I'm not pro-black, but
Um,
my mindset, like I'm saying,
But
if you're
like you'd have to be the top, because if you were the bottom, then you were
find
then
someone
yeah,
that's not
that's a different story.
not saying attractive, but you wouldn't even
Yeah,
wanna
that was
cross
like
that line
Greek
and even
culture,
engage in
and
a
then
relationship.
somehow
You can have like,
that turned into.
like, hey, she's
Oh
an
no!
attractive white woman,
Oh
but
wait,
ideally,
wait.
You want black kids. you
No,
want black
I'm thinking of Rome.
your lineage to
Yeah, no. The Greeks were the ones that wanted to be gay, and then the Romans were the one that most of our like history or culture comes from, because Rome took over like all of Europe, and then obviously I'm referring to Western, so that's not really relevant for Triggs or Toasty, because you guys are Eastern. But yeah, like it's like for America and Europe and stuff, most of our culture comes from Rome, where like
pro-black with you. So I think it depends on what you do.
I don't actually
who you
know
decide to be with.
what happened to gay people in ancient Rome.
Response to that is like, what's the point of looking at people differently? It's like
I feel like I do,
we
but
get
I
upset
don't.
That people do it to us in generally, like looking at black people and judging them and stereotyping them and making assumptions about them.
They
so on the flip side, why
definitely-
should we be doing that to other people, regardless of who they're in a relationship, depending on the color of their
They
skin?
definitely had harems. It was women. It was women. They definitely had harems with women. I remember now. I saw a picture. Julius Caesar, not Julius Caesar, but some emperor was like dictating himself, having an orgy with women. So they definitely women. Yeah, women. Women.
I see. And like, oh, okay, I see. Like, because like black men that date white women, there's something different, and there's nothing wrong with that. But
Yeah,
you know what it is. Like okay.
The Greek gods weren't gay because the Greek gods came down from the earth to trick the women to give the Greeks demigods, and then demigods would carry the Greeks into greatness. So the gods weren't allowed to be gay because it was their divine duty to well, not divine duty, but like they had to be straight, otherwise we couldn't have demigods. Canonically speaking.
For a light-skinned partner to a dark-skinned partner.
What? Colorism games over here.
All right, so the reason why subconsciously for me, the reason why I feel that way is, growing up, I was always, bullied for my skin color. I always felt out of place. I was always told I'm not black enough. And when you constantly hear that and you get beat down with that, and
he's not black enough.
I don't play them colorism games over here.
all right, so the reason why subconsciously for
Huh?
me, the reason why I feel that way is, growing up, I was always
That's
bullied.
did he phrase that wrong?
Felt out of place. You know, I was always told I'm not black enough.
Bro, he's got to phrase that
You
wrong.
hear that and you get beat down with that. And,
Well, the other kid, they were just stupid.
You doubt yourself, and like I said, I grew up in a broken home. I grew up in a foster care system, so it took me a long time to figure out myself. And for a lot of times, I don't tell a lot of people this.
Does he mean like culturally black enough, or does he mean like skin color black enough?
And I'm just being honest.
Because I feel like
I'm more comfortable with myself.
you know, I'm just gonna move on from that one. I'm just gonna move on.
You look
don't get cancelled.
Partner as lighter skin so that your potential children or so would be lighter skin so they don't have to go through what you
Nah, at the end of
Okay.
me,
Okay, I'm gonna guess that what he means is that because he grew up in a care home, the people in the care home raising him were like white people, so he was raised by white people in the care home, and because of that, he had he was like more white, like he acted more like a white kid than he did a black kid, and that's what then the school they took him to was full of black kids, so they all bullied him for acting like a white kid. I'm guessing that's what he means.
I'll marry whoever I see.
But that
So
threw
it
me
doesn't,
through some mental
to me,
loops there.
matter about the skin color, but I will admit subconsciously I do think, when I see a light-skinned woman, I actually, look a little longer, or I might linger a little longer, more interested, just because of, that consciousness. That I
Yeah,
had
but that's just because
growing up.
YouTube was like.
It's not something that I say that
Because I guess that's just because I don't speak Chinese. I was gonna say there's no Chinese creators, but I'd have no idea, would I?
The constant beat down and the constant hatred about me being dark skinned and the way I was treated, that subconsciously I do think that way.
But do you feel like you have some sort of like self-hatred because of that?
Yeah, well, not anymore, because it took me a long time. I mean, this started happening, like I said, when I was 6, when I
Sag.
foster care. So, but now I'm more comfortable. With
He
looking
got
at
bullied
myself.
into
I'm a
racism.
good-looking, tall glass of chocolate milk.
Feels bad.
I have a
Eat
question.
choco? No, I hate
We're all,
choco milk.
like,
Choco
you
milk
become
sucks.
the
I
person
prefer
you
strawberry
believe
milk.
By then having this preference towards
Almost
other
poggers,
people as
but then he was
opposed to
choco milk.
someone
And
that
choco.
would look like you.
I will admit, yes. Like I said, we just.
Hey, thanks for the sub, Aries.
So I do agree with
What?
that, yeah. And I
Well,
think
what a
that's why
convenient
now
topic to change to.
focusing on myself and
Oh, hot
being a
chocolate's
part of this
poggers.
discussion is very important to me because I'm starting to, realize that prejudice needs to go. And I see this a lot.
Hot choco
in the
poggers.
entertainment industry now, where they want
Oh,
the black
actually,
woman, but they
that
want the-
reminds me.
They want that light skin that look like she.
Sorry to pause him in the middle of talking about how he prefers light skinned women to dark skinned women. But if you guys go to this page here, like where I am, and you scroll down, right, you scroll down, you'll see this here. The better TTV ones, right? These ones, you can click on this and you can copy emote code, and any of those, if you just type in the text from chat, they'll show up on stream with that emote, and you can download the better TTV and you'll be able to use that emote. Yeah, and then obviously subs can use the sub emotes in other channels. Thanks for the sub, Aries. But yeah, just public service announcement, because I've never actually explained that.
I think I only speak openly about it because I know there's a lot of people who feel that way.
But it's
too,
kinda
They
cool.
don't want to admit to it, or they don't want to express it, and be rejected. So, I mean, you see it in the media too. So I think that.
Oh yeah,
plays a big
it's
part in
September.
that too.
Maybe I should. You guys think I should do a subathon? I don't know, because I feel like I'm too small.
2, 1, go.
I currently got a therapist. That's a yes or no. What do you? How do you disagree? How do you somewhat disagree or somewhat agree?
But she don't like that. So I'm thinking about going fairly soon just to speak my mind, because I feel like there's a lot of things that
Bruh.
Everything's cool up front. Everyone has like
I don't know.
something that's just like digging at them somewhat internally that may hinder them in some sort of way. And I feel like if you have that type of feeling, like you should go.
Yeah, therapy can be going to the beach or like going out to eat or doing something that relaxes you. So
physical
therapy.
We have to be able to draw a line.
I know what I'm saying. It's open to interpretation. I'm here.
Okay, did that fix it at all? Try refreshing that.
To do this, do I do that? No. Do I find other avenues to relieve stress or whatever? Yes.
But you can't
Um,
mix up self-care with therapy.
Okay,
It's
maybe that's
two
what I'm
different
doing.
things. Yeah. I've been in therapy for quite some time.
Yeah, the
personal
Streamlabs
therapy,
leaderboard just kind of isn't
just for
working.
myself, just issues that I have internally.
Kind
that
of sucks,
I
but
struggle
like
with on a
it
professional
is
level.
how it
I recommend
is.
therapy. Therapy is literally the best thing you could possibly do.
For me, I find therapy in my faith, you know, and
Yeah. Oh well.
I know there are a lot of people who they look at
Yeah,
like,
because
you know,
Toasty would be
Christian
above
principles and
Cyclolo.
might not adhere to
Silo,
that, but I think in recent years,
Silo, yo.
the church has been adding more professionalism to what therapy means.
I think Aries would as well.
Conversations, you know, for some reason, it makes you
Um,
feel like of less of a man because when we talk about
no,
therapy,
he wouldn't.
you know, people like, really? You going to therapy?
But-
But when you think about it, that's why a lot
I don't know why it's not
people have
there.
anger issues. That's why a lot of black men have anger issues because, you know, they grow up a certain way or they face a lot of challenges and they don't know how to express it.
Oh, he means,
the first thing they do is they take it out on you or their girlfriend.
This
or their
leaderboard.
mom, and they don't
If you
have
look at,
someone
if you try and go on like session or week
So
or
I
month,
think
it doesn't
we need
update.
to normalize going to therapy and not pushing it off as a white
Let
thing.
me
We need it. You know, we need healing. And we
one
need
second.
somebody
Let me see
I think
if
healing trauma is going
Streamlabs
to help Black people progress instead of just getting more trauma piling on top of each other.
leads
And
Twitch,
in a lot of
Twitch
ways, that does
extensions.
come into an aspect of personal responsibility.
Leaderboard.
Because it's like my issues with my dad at a certain point has nothing to do with him.
Alright, I'm gonna try just
At a certain
reinstalling
point,
it.
has to do with me and how I process it, and I have to go from. Do I want to get angry every time I'm in the same room as him, or do I want to be able to walk in the same room as him and not have that reaction? And that was what I processed in my head when I was going through that therapy.
Panel
My
3.
father was present in my life. 3, 2,
Uh-oh.
go.
Bit sus. Oh, they agree.
Not to jump into this one, like I absolutely love my dad. I'm even getting a little emotional thinking about my dad. My dad's amazing. My dad was there. For me in
Yeah,
every way,
I can't figure out
shape,
the
or
thing. It
form,
doesn't work.
Every
I'm
facet,
maybe we should just get a
every
different
way he was there
leaderboard.
for me and more. He was there for me. He was there to pick me up from school. He was there at my soccer games, my track meets. He was my coach for soccer one year. My dad taught me everything that I know almost. He is who I model my personality after. He is who I aspire to be. I don't think I could have had a better father. It's almost why I'm discouraged to have kids because I feel the pressure to live up to the example that he set for me. So he was there, still is.
I can say somewhat disagree because I ended up being put in foster care when I was 6 years old with a couple of my younger brothers, and I remember I don't remember what my dad looks like, but I do remember he passed away when I was around 7 or 8. So
Rip.
I can't really fault him for that, but you know, my mom, she was widowed. So
You know when your
she
dad
was
passes away when you're a
she
kid.
was- she was
Delish,
just trying to
honestly.
take care of us, and I don't think my life would be
No.
any different. I don't regret
That's so
not having
sad.
a dad, but sometimes I do wonder, secretly, what life would have been like if
The only other
I
leaderboard I
had
can
a
find is
not
Stream
that
Elements,
I'm
but I
sure
don't have Stream
black men
Elements.
don't have their fathers in
So
life, and it's good to see.
obviously,
a lot of
I can't do
y'all
that one.
over there.
You're also just gonna have to wait for me to
My
turn
dad
around
was not as present as
because
he
like
could have been.
I'm slowly turning.
Belize
Yeah,
you
it's
me,
resetting my position
their
to
culture
look
is
into
very
my
different from
left.
American culture. It's very passive aggressive. I remember times being young and I would question my mom all the
Rip.
time, like, hey, like, why is he not around? Why is he not there? And she did
Damn.
the best she could as a single mother. Now I can
Is this
say
the last
my dad is
question?
very present in my life. However, I
Okay.
feel like our relationship
No, like disrespect to their life stories, but don't care didn't ask. Next video. Oh look, it's me, looking at the recording and making a video. My editing process involves cutting the VOD and adding an outro. Very complicated. For all of this hard work and almost 25 minutes of entertainment, I think you should subscribe. And maybe you should join the Discord with the link in the description. I don't know, maybe you might want to check out this featured video over here, which is covering the thumbnail of this video, which is also just a screenshot from the video you just watched. I wonder, would you want to join the Discord? Smile.